4 golden ducks for Karachi Kings in this knock. 47 from 4 balls. Usman Khan Shinwari is in, the last man. That's hit his back leg. Not out is the call. Slow ball, dropping it from 50 feet.
I'm sorry to chuckle, Ramo, but just great timing there to cross over to Mickey Arthur. I thought, oh, isn't it over yet? Well bowled, clearly missing, but it's a lovely change of pace. It's even less pace from Pollard.
I think the moral of the story for Kings is that in a run chase situation, you've got to have, you need partnerships, can't afford to lose wickets, and show a bit of enterprise and skills. And we saw none of the above from them in this contest. Shorter, quicker. Very good catch by Hassan Ali. No problems whatsoever. Is a good outfielder. And more misery, more frustration for Karachi Kings think tank. Well, in the end, it's kind of a mismatch. Expecting it to be a very good run chase, an achievable run chase. Credit to Zalmi really for producing a blitz, producing a great bowling spell here as a unit.
Yeah, let's not forget Darren Sammy at the end there, 24 not out from 10 deliveries, and he hit 3 4s, and he finished it off with a maximum. Last ball of the innings from Zalmi went for 6, courtesy of the skipper, and it just created momentum. It allowed them to get past the 150 and created momentum and positivity.
Yeah, if this doesn't go for a 6, it'll be the only innings in HBL PSL history that a team has not gone for a 6 in the entire quota of their 20 overs. So credit to Darren Sammy for creating a record. Hassan Ali, 4 wickets, outstanding stuff. Fielded brilliantly, bowled well, and he's a match winner on the day. He's a brilliant individual, brilliant all-round cricketer. 109 for the loss of 9. Then in the end, Peshawar win by 44 runs.
Well, what a clinical performance by Peshawar. Zalmi, they were sent in to bat first. And
जैज़ कैश ऐप से करें सब कुछ अपने मोबाइल फोन से फौरन किसी भी नंबर पे जैज़ कैश ऐप डाउनलोड करें, पैसा नहीं, जैज़ कैश.
All the happy and chirpy cricket fans, paint your face green and express your celebrations louder with 50 MBs in 50 minutes every day on maintaining ₹1,000 in Easy Paisa app. Easy Paisa fanfare. Everything is fair in love for cricket.
And Hassan Ali, lots to talk about this man. We will be talking about him with our guests in the studio, but we'll take a short break. Be back in a couple of moments.
आज हम जानेंगे कि यूथ को एक बैंक अकाउंट से क्या चाहिए.
किसी को भी पे करना आसान हो.
एक्सीडेंटल इंश्योरेंस होनी चाहिए.
Allied Bank लाया Allied Youth Account, जिससे मिले फ्री एक्सीडेंटल इंश्योरेंस, पे एनीवन फंड्स ट्रांसफर फैसिलिटी और भी बहुत कुछ.
Allied Youth Account, यूथ के दिल की आवाज.
जैज़ कैश ऐप से करें सब कुछ अपने मोबाइल फोन से फौरन किसी भी नंबर पे जैज़ कैश ऐप डाउनलोड करें, पैसा नहीं, जैज़ कैश.
तूफान हम जुनून का जज्बों का है ये कारवां, बढ़ते कदम है जोश, हम अड़ जाएंगे हर दम हर कदम. दिल खोल के दिल जा सके.
Allied Bank, आपके दिल में हमारा अकाउंट.
जैज़ कैश ऐप से करें सब कुछ अपने मोबाइल फोन से फौरन किसी भी नंबर पे जैज़ कैश ऐप डाउनलोड करें, पैसा नहीं, जैज़ कैश.
दिल वालों का, जाबाजों का, दीवानों का, दिल
एलाइड बैंक, आपके दिल में हमारा अकाउंट।
जैज़ कैश ऐप से करें सब कुछ अपने मोबाइल फोन से फौरन। किसी भी नंबर पे जैज़ कैश ऐप डाउनलोड करें। पैसा नहीं, जैज़ कैश।
My ABL डिजिटल बैंकिंग फॉर योर आसान रजिस्ट्रेशन। बैंकिंग की जदीद सहूलियात और बेशुमार वैल्यू एडेड सर्विसेज के साथ एलाइड बैंक, आपके दिल में हमारा अकाउंट।
There by Peshawar Zalmi, thanks to Hassan Ali and Wahab Riaz. Their bowling attack, when you look at it, does seem to be, the best in the tournament in terms of the kind of variety they have. Karachi Kings, however, this is their second consecutive loss, of course, after the first game that we saw. And lots of questions, like I said, need to be answered by their management in terms of their selection. And of course, why Umar Khan was not bowling is also one of the questions that we will be talking about. Amir, we spoke about how Zalmi has got the most attacking bowling attack. When you look at their tournament, they keep attacking the stumps.
Well, this is the way to go. If you have pace, if you have that velocity, why not? Why you need to shy away? But what I like about their bowling attack, they are not looking to just bang the ball on the surface. They're thinking all the times where should they be landing the ball against a particular batsman, and what pace they should bowl. And what impresses me is the over management and the spell management of these bowlers. They're very clever, and they pick up wickets at the right time for their team and their captain, and that's why they're creating a lot of difference. But you have to take your hats off to Peshawar Zalmi in this team. They were inserted into bat, 3 ducks from top order batsmen, and still managed to get to more than 150 thanks to Imamul Haq and Dawson. That partnership of 76 really set the platform for Sammy to come out for the first time in this tournament, used his bat, and he was very effective. But I have to say one thing, it's for the youngsters who are batting in this format. If you score runs with alacrity, you still have a place in this format. You don't have to be a powerhouse. You don't have to look for 6s and 4s. If you bat with alacrity, you still be able to meet success.
It's a good word after midnight.
Isn't it?
No, very impressive.
I'm awake. Coffee helped.
But is that what it comes down to, Smithy? I mean, that word that he's using, do you think it was a case of some mindless batting from Karachi Kings, or would you just attribute it to some brilliant bowling by Peshawar Zalmi?
I think a bit of both. I mean, I think Hassan Ali and Wahab Riaz in particular with the new ball were outstanding. And they bowled with aggression. They understood how to bowl on this Sharjah surface. The new ball does skid quickly at the stumps. And in particular, Hassan Ali, he's got a natural angle back at the stumps, and he's bowling well. His lengths and lines are outstanding. And in the mix-up of the short ball, they've both got pace, and they're using that short ball really well to rattle a couple of guys, and that's just excellent. And they set the tone, and it's easier for the youngsters to follow. And once they've laid the platform, it gives Dawson a chance to bowl with less pressure. I mean, the minute a spinner's coming onto bowl and you're 3-4 down, it just makes life so much more simple. And Hassan Ali has really impressed me. I mean, I just love the way he runs in, the way he thinks, as you said. and he's executing so well. I mean, that run out of his when he had a chance to go up for the LBW, but the game awareness to then think, I'm going to get to that ball, there's a chance here, it's more important for the team to get the wicket, bang, hit the stumps. Beautiful run.
It was great to watch them, and there was a difference from that game they played against Lahore, where it was ultra aggression. They were bowling too many bounces. It was basically a barrage of bounces to the batsmen. But tonight, they were very thoughtful about using their bounces. Whenever they used it, it was very effective. So that was refreshing and very impressive.
Well, he's definitely got a lot of energy, and I will be coming back to you, Graham, but we're just going to have a quick look at the match summary to see how things panned out. Karachi Kings did get off to a good start. They did get a couple of wickets. Peshawar made 153 for 8. Sikandar Raza taking 2, Shinwari taking 2. Imam ul Haq with that 50 over there at the top. And then in reply, Karachi really couldn't match up to that. Peshawar's Zalmi winning by 44 runs in the end. Well, talking about Hassan Ali, of course, we've spoken a lot about his bowling, but he did get involved with an excellent run out, and that too of Babar Azam. That's why he makes it to a memorable moments of the day.
Memorable moments brought to you by Jubilee Insurance. बेफिक्र मुस्तकबिल के लिए.
His shuffle across, chance of a run out, direct hit, and he is gone. Fingers light up. Hassan Ali is on fire. Got the batsman out, and this time it's an excellent run out. He's seized on the ball, sized up the situation so brilliantly. Greeted him with a bouncer, and then have a look at this jittery bit of running. Yes, no, wait, by the time it was late, too late and all over. Going nowhere with that running. And they know the importance of this wicket. The dugout sprang up in the air.
Memorable moments brought to you by Jubilee Insurance. बेफिक्र मुस्तकबिल के लिए.
Well, we've seen how great he was with his spell, but Amir, I mean, the lead up to that wicket itself, the way he kind of set up and put that pressure on Babar, I mean, that's definitely a talking point for today. I mean, it's not just about getting that run out, but also how he kind of set him up with his bowling.
You know, he's like we discussed, he's a very intelligent bowler. You know, have a look. He just, first, he used the bouncer. It was opposite to what he did to Fakhar Zaman in the previous game. He bowled Yorkers, and this time around, he bowled a bouncer, and then he followed with ball pitching just on the length, and it really troubled Babar Azam. The ball was actually shaping in, and this run out, this is not the first time he has done that in this tournament. He did that before, and he's getting very adept at doing that.
And the other thing is he's targeting the big players.
Yes.
I mean, Babar Azam is such a key player for the Kings. Their lineup after that, they could knock Azam over. It just looks wobbly. Ingram, yes, a big player. They were aggressive at him as well. So they picked the big players out and they said, well, Wahab Riaz, Hassan Ali, I'm going to show you that we had it to dominate today, and they took control of the game.
And they're creating a fear amongst the batsmen who are featuring this HBL PSL, which is good, which is actually binge-worthy, isn't it?
When you talk about his athleticism, though, I mean, the reaction time, it's never easy as a fielder or as a bowler when you're just coming at the back of your run-up to be having that kind of game awareness.
It's not simple. You know, one thing which is required to be able to do that, as a bowler, you know where you're going to deliver the ball and what could happen. You know, if it hits the pad, it's going to go towards mid-wicket. So he was anticipating it. And if you see the reactions, they were very quick. You know, he just reacted, ran towards the ball, like Graham Smith mentioned, that he was appealing. But suddenly realized there is a chance of a run out. He went for it and finished off Babar Azam's innings.
When you have a bowler like that bowling at you, Graham, then, you know, they say it makes you do silly things as well. I mean, it was almost like he's trying to get off strike.
No, I think he thought he was out LBW. I thought he thought, oh, I'm going to get given you. Let me get moving, so the umpire doesn't have a settled target to make a decision. So I think it was more of a panic in terms of, you know, he thought he was out and trying to get away, and then got himself into a bad position. And it's just pressure, you know, aggressive bowling, good pressure bowling, and on a key player. You know, when you only got 150, you've done well to get 150, but you probably think you're 10, 15 short, maybe 20 short. So you've got to start well. And when you throw the ball to Hassan Ali and he sets the tone for you like it as a captain, it makes your life so much easier.
Well, the man who set it up for them and took them to 150, Imam-ul-Haq, only his second innings, and he played wonderfully. He makes it to our Master Blaster of today.
Master Blaster brought to you by Boom Boom Bubblegum. Macha de dhoom.
Oh, that is muscle. I think altered DNA, maybe. That's gone, sliced for four.
And Peshawar down the leg side. There's no fine leg. He's up inside the circle. It's a gift.
Fine leg is up in the circle as well, so he's got to be straight. Oh, that's into the gap. A full toss is put away to the fence.
Shot. What a good shot that is from Imam-ul-Haq. Teammates, of course, these two. Slap. That's four. What a good shot from Imam-ul-Haq.
Master Blaster brought to you by Boom Boom Bubblegum. Macha de dhoom.
Well, he was the man of the series in that series against South Africa, Amir. And I mean, it seems like he keeps on developing his game.
I think the reason why he's meeting success so often earlier on is in his career, he knows his weaknesses and he knows his strengths. And he doesn't actually get out of that. He doesn't try things which he's not attuned to. That's why he's consistent. That's why he's becoming reliable and he's improving every day.
And you know, when you talk about opening, Graham, using your feet, it's one of the key things, and that's what we saw from Imam today as well.
Yeah, I mean, having watched him through South Africa, he has a trend. He tends to come down inside the line and look to generally go, you know, over mid-off, over extra cover. That's his sort of release shot. Some guys like to pick up. You know, he's the guy that likes to come inside out. And he's mixing it up because then what you're hoping is the bowler will then drag one down. You can get a pull shot away or mix it up and give you a couple of freebies. So you're just trying to transfer pressure onto a bowler, mess with his thinking and mess with his line and length. But I thought today he played perfect for the surface. He mixed up, he rotated the strike well. He was happy to wait for the bad ball, knew when to attack. So on a surface where a lot of other people were challenged with the bat, I think he played it superbly.
And what about Sammy with that captain's knock? I mean, we've spoken a lot about his fitness and how we haven't really seen him in action, but today he played like a true leader.
Yes, you know, he came out and did the needful. His side needed quick runs very badly, and it was the dire need, and he reacted very well, produced those important runs in no time, and got his team to a defendable total. And from there on, bowlers took over, held by the fieldsmen, and they have elevated themselves in that point table.
And that's 6 over there as well, Smithy. I mean, it's almost like he's never under pressure.
Oh, it was a hell of a catch a crawl there, one-handed through the jail bars. Yeah, I mean, Darren, for me, I've been at him a little bit in this tournament because I think he's a better player than where he positions himself at 8, 9. You know, striking it over 200, 240 today. You know, I think he can afford to put himself up the order depending on the 14th, 13th, 14th over. I think he can start looking to come in because, you know, if he faces 40 balls, he has the potential to get an 80. Pollard looks a little bit out of sorts. And I think that, you know, an area where they can strengthen their areas, maybe David Malan for this Madsen, who's looking, you know, woefully out of form. David Malan is in their squad. But I'd like to see Sammy. I think he's captaining well. And I'd like to see him just give himself more of a chance with the bat because he's a game changer.
I think I like the idea of David Malan because they have a very important bowling attack. What they're required to do is consistent in their batting. If they keep on getting to 160, they can bring a lot of pressure on the oppositions. But I have to say that we have spoken about Semi and all that. Dawson, for me, was man of the match. You know, he bowled well. He batted well. He produced 43 runs when his side needed the most. And he caught well, too. That was a brilliant catch.
Talking about catches, you know, Zalmi, the way they caught today, that's one thing that we need to look at. So let's have a look at some of the catches today.
Catches win matches. Brought to you by Pepsi.
Hustling Hassan Ali. Here he comes round now.
Is it out? Is it out? Very good catch, I think. Who is it? Umar Amin takes a good catch.
Yeah, cheeky little dismissal there in terms of the body language and a little flick of the shoulders with see you later, Ahmad Wasim. I've nailed you, and certainly some safe hands there. Umar Amin, yeah, too easy.
And brilliant toe.
Watch Dawson. Wonderful camera work too. Thank you, gents. And that is a marvellous take.
Catches win matches. Brought to you by Pepsi.
Well, there's not much that went wrong for Peshawar Zalmi today, and like Danny rightly pointed out, it was all down to hustling Hassan Ali. Now, time for a short break. We'll be back with the presentation.
आज हम जानेंगे कि यूथ क्विक बैंक अकाउंट से क्या चाहिए।
किसी को भी पे करना आसान हो।
एक्सीडेंटल